All right. Coming from the right side, working on the deltoids. Again, separation and lengthening. So I'm right on top of the deltoid and I'm bringing it straight down. So I'm covering all aspects of the deltoid. Deltoid is actually separated three ways. There's an anterior deltoid, there is a mid-deltoid, and there is a posterior deltoid. The posterior deltoid, that part of the muscle is not very large. But if you go on opposite sides of the humerus, then you'll be able to cover all aspects of the deltoid. Again, sinking in, one hand is going to cover one section, and the other is going to cover the other section. So I'm actually going down past the deltoid tuberosity, covering some of the brachialis and the biceps. And then here I'm covering not only the deltoid, but the triceps as well. Just felt a little, yeah, so now what I'm doing is I'm coming back and I just felt a little bump, and if you might have seen that, so I'm just coming and I'm just cleaning that up. You can also address the tendons that surround the rotator cuff. So you have four. You have subscapularis, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and teres minor all along here. Once you fall off of the acromion process of the scapula, you can land right on top of the supraspinatus muscle, and if you just kind of carve your fingers in front and back and just kind of bring it around, so covering that portion of the humerus, almost said the head of the humerus, but that's not right, because the head of the humerus is actually attached to the glenoid cavity. But I can go around it. So again, here's the AC process, falling off and just kind of sinking my thumbs. I'll do it with the thumb so you can see. And that addresses all of those tendons, because sometimes they become tight and a little crepitous as well. That restricts range of motion. So while I have him on his side, and I'm also going to work on the upper trap, and then I'm also going to get the back portion of his rotator cuff muscles. So this will cover the supraspinatus muscle here, and then I will cover the infraspinatus and the teres minor muscle here. So you want to support the arm with one hand, and with the other hand get your knuckles, and then you just sink in, and then you're just going to bring it straight down along the line of that supraspinatus muscle. And if you want to clean it up, you can use your thumb. So here's the AC process, supporting your thumb, coming straight down. And you can actually feel that muscle begin to soften, which is one of the reasons why we go as slow as we do. Don't take it all the way towards the neck, okay? What you're doing is that you're just addressing this muscle that sits within that supraspinous fossa. Infraspinous fossa, teres minor, you are bringing it here. So here is his spine of the scapula here. So infraspinatus, teres minor are in this space. Bring that shoulder out again so they can, there we go. So we have this here, here's the medial border of the scapula, and excuse me, yes, that's right, the medial border of the scapula, the axillary or the lateral border of the scapula here. So you are using your knuckles, bringing it down like you're going towards the spine, following that spine of the scapula. And again, if you find any tightness, you can just sink in, sink in. So I also use a braced finger like this. So I curve my index over my thumb, and I'm able to use the flat part to where I would be able to kind of dig in, if you will. But you always want to provide support when you're doing this work. And when I say support, I mean support for your own tools that you're using. Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Straighten your arm. Okay. So I'm just going to sink in right there. Let's go ahead and work this out. Oh, no, it's right there.
Too much.
Okay. So he communicated with me, and he said that it was too much, and I got it, and I lightened up. Or I think I lightened up anyway. So I'm just going back and assessing the tissue to see if there's any other areas. And I see that there's just a little area here. All right, give me a little move around. Tell me how that feels.
Mm.
Can you feel a difference?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right, so let's do the triceps since I already have you on your side as well. So let me see if you can bring your arm up over your head, and then hold on to there you go, right there. Okay, so he couldn't bring his arm straight up overhead, and that's okay, because that's just essentially something that you want to work towards. So that means that there's still some area of tightness that's down in this area as well. But you also want to loosen up or work on the triceps, but you're going to come all the way down into this area because it does cover the serratus anterior and other muscles that are attached around within this area. So again, separation and lengthen. That's it. Good? So I'm going to support his arm here when I do my lengthening. And I'm going to bring it all the way down toward the axillary area. Brace finger. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to use one while I support with the other. So this might be a little tender and this might be a little painful for him, so I might have to lighten up. I am going to use all of my fingers just to do one last sweep.
Easy.
Okay. Better? Okay. Right. So give me a little move around. Tell me how that feels. See where you got a little bit more motion too.
That's good.
All right. So that is the upper arm and part of the shoulder.